Hi everyone, welcome back to 10 Power 100 Karnataka channel for another video which will help you prepare for your examinations, which you'll be writing in the month of February and March. I am Tejas and I am here back to do a quick video on English. So far we have in our series we have actually covered 2 markers, we have covered 3 markers, we have covered the 4 markers. Now I did go through a lot of your comments, and it was very clearly mentioned that you would want some video or support with respect to grammar, right? So I am going to very quickly share with you the grammar series right now. So we will start today's grammar series by focusing on dialogue writing and letter of application, because these are very easy sections, and I think this video, very short video, should give you an overview of how to tackle these 2 questions, and it will give you a total of 8 marks. Right, so without further ado, let's continue to start this video. I would also request all of you to please do share your affection and your love towards this channel by really sharing these videos with all those people who would need any kind of support for their examinations. I think that is the whole purpose of starting this entire channel, so that you will all be equipped to do well in your examination. So let's get started today. Okay, now dialogue writing is usually question number 35 in your examination. So question number 35, they will give you something like this. As you can see, they will give you this information. Okay, what I am circling right now, it says at a hospital. This is the context. Okay, ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 35 ಡೈಲಾಗ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 35 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವೇನು ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನ ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಡೈಲಾಗ್ನ, ವೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ 2 people, right? So in this case, very clearly it is mentioned that it is happening at the hospital. So when you know the context, ನಿಮಗೆ ಆ ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವಾಗ you can already think about what your dialogues will be. So now let's see this example, right? So there are 2 people over here. You have Abhijit and you have a receptionist. Now that Abhijit is asking, can you book an appointment with the dentist anta. So idike your response, which will be marked for you, is you are supposed to agree for the appointment, the query that Abhijit is asking. ಅವ್ರೇನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, can you book an appointment with the dentist ಅಂತ. So you have to agree, ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. So what is a dialogue that you can write? You can say yes please book the appointment anta. No, you can write. Okay, so this is very important. ನೀವು ಆ dialogue ಏನು ಬರೀತೀರಾ is very very important. You can also just say simple yes also you can write. Agree, you can also say yes or I agree, right? So you can also say I agree. In this context, ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡಬೇಕು. Can you book an appointment? So ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, can you book an appointment? So you will say yes, please go ahead and book an appointment, right? So keep the sentence very clear. Next, at what time do you want the appointment anta they are asking. Now here you are asked to give the information. Okay, so information ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಾಗ here very clearly they are asking you ಯಾವ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಂತ. So you can say anything over here. I want the appointment. So when you are writing a dialogue, write in full sentences. Okay, I want the appointment at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, so here I am writing a very clear sentence, and I am writing very clearly what they have asked. They have asked give information, and you are giving the information. Okay, I will book it. Expressing gratitude. Expressing gratitude, the simple thing that you can write is thank you. Okay, don't write extra and all. Don't write all stories that thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, that and all. Adella beda. If they're just saying expressing gratitude, very simply you just write thank you. Okay, so that is how you do your dialogue writing. See, the main tips that I would say for all of you here, right? Many of us will actually write long sentences. Sumne unnecessary dialogue na stretch ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. In this we are not testing you whether you are able to write 5 lines dialogue. Here we are testing whether you are able to stick to the context. ಆ ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ dialogues, ಗ್ರಾಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡೈಲಾಗ್ಸ್ ನ ಬರಿತಾ ಇರಾ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ at ಗೆ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಬರೀಬೋದು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಡ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್ at like this. Between ಗೆ don't write short forms like this. Okay, if it is greeting ಗೆ don't say good morning, but don't write GM. These are all informal ways of communication. which is not going to be accepted, right? So please keep your language as formal as possible when you're writing dialogues. Let's do another example for your reference. So here, this, like I said, first ನೀವು context na ನೋಡಬೇಕು. This is happening at a shop ಅಲ್ವಾ. So what is the dialogue here? The sales manager, hello sir, offering help. Basically the sales manager is offering some help. So when you are asking, when you have to write a dialogue for this, what will you say? A simple thing you can say is, do you need any help, right? So you are off, and please put question mark because it's a question. Okay. Any other examples are also fine for this. I want to buy a mobile phone anta kelta idare. So adak neeven kelbodu. As a sales manager, you will ask, what do you want, sir? All of those things are also important. Again, like I said, keep your language simple and keep your language formal. This is a good example for you to write. So they're saying, I want to buy a mobile phone. They're asking 4G or 5G, sir. The customer is saying no, expressing his preference. So here, you will have to write what the customer is expressing as his preference. ಅವ್ರದ್ದೇನು ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅವರಿಗೆ 4G ಬೇಕಾ 5G ಬೇಕಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಸೊ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಅ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ that is supposed to be written over here. So you can say that no, I am looking for a basic set. Okay, see here, this is where ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು. 4G 5G, all the mobile phones nowadays come with 4G or 5G, right? And ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಡೈಲಾಗ್ ನೋಡಿ, apologizes for not having it ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. That means something you should ask for which is not available in a mobile shop. That is what is expressing his preference here means, right? So if you ask for a basic set, nowadays in a lot of mobile shops you may not find basic set. So our logical thinking is very important. That is what we are also testing in dialogue writing. Okay, apologies for not having it. You can say, I am sorry sir, we do not have that model. Okay, again, keep your dialogues very simple. Don't overwrite n number of things. Keep it as clear and crisp as possible. Okay, I am sorry sir is more than enough. I am sorry sir, we do not have it anta helidrunu, it is okay. Fine, thank you, I will check in other shops, right? So illi a context is very important and logic is very important. Please don't write something which is not logically correct. If you write something which is not logically correct, then all the evaluators will be laughing in the examination, in the evaluation center, reading your answers. So I would say please write clear, crisp and logically correct sentences for the questions that they have asked you. So enen prompts kelbodu anta you might be thinking. One prompt they might ask is giving advice or directions. In a dialogue where somebody is asking for directions, you can say that go straight, take left. That could be for giving directions, giving advice. Write dialogues which is actually giving advice to somebody. And again, like I said, kate barkon kutkolbedi alli. It is about just writing simple dialogues. Real life nalli matartira hing matartira, that is more than enough. Asking for directions kelbodu, leave taking anta kelbodu. Now some children might get confused. Leave taking doesn't mean that you are taking leaves. Leave taking means you are going away from that particular situation. So you can say, a simple dialogue you can write for this is, I will take your leave now. I will take your leave now. That means I will leave now. Okay, it is not about taking number of days of leave, it is actually moving away from that particular situation. Okay, last thing they can ask you is asking for permissions. It could be again dependent on the ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡೈಲಾಗ್ಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ 3 marks ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಐ ಸೆಡ್, ಕೀಪ್ ದೋಸ್ 3 ಟಿಪ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ನಂಬರ್ 1, ಗ್ರಾಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್. ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ಲೈಕ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಗ್ರಾಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಯುವರ್ 1 mark. ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್. Avoid using short forms. This is formal communication. Formal communication ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. Please do not write informally, which means welcome ಗೆ VLCM ಇದೆಲ್ಲ WhatsApp ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, but not in examination. And the third thing that I would say is, please stick to the context. Okay, ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ದು. ಡೋಂಟ್ write things which are not logically correct. Okay, otherwise it is highly possible that the evaluator might consider it to be wrong. So that's all, children. It is actually very simple. As long as you are able to focus, and as long as you're able to think properly, and as far as you, if you're able to create clear sentences, I think you will get your 3 marks very easily. Okay, now let's move on to the next part, which is letter. Now letter writing ali bandaga, in your workbooks there are 2 particular ways in which you can write letter of application. Okay, letter of application baritaga, there are 2 formats which you can follow. This is the first format which you can follow. You can take a screenshot of this, and we will be of course sharing these formats with you on Telegram. In the first format ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೇಮ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಬೋತ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಇದು ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಡೇಟ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಟು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ಯುಟೇಷನ್, ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇಮೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬೋತ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ದೇರ್ ಬಿ ಸಮ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್. ಈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಯೂಮೆ. ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ರೈಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್, ದೆನ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಯೂಮೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಯೂಮೆ ಇನ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪೇಜ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ರೆಸ್ಯೂಮಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ನ ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ವೇ ಇನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ರೈಟ್ ದ ಲೆಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್, where you write the body in a little bit more detailed manner. Okay, the format remains the same, body only change agutte. Now in the second format, which is the one that I would highly recommend, you are actually writing a short body. The body, if you notice, is very small. It has only 1 paragraph, 2, 3, and very crisp ag bardiyaru avaru. They are not having so many details illa. And along with this, you will have to write the resume in the next page. This yaake help agutte, or why I recommend this andre, you are not writing wrong sentences and getting or losing marks. Okay, ee resume is very simple format. Illi ನೀವು points ag barkondu hodre, you have a high chance of getting better marks. So I would suggest follow this. Okay, now very quickly I will tell you the format of the letter. Idu tumba simple. Nimage from address na exam hall alli exam question paper nalli nimage they will give you, either you should write it as xxx or 4x's and 4y. Okay, this will be given to in the question paper. Take it as per whatever is given in the question paper. Adadmele nimdu date baribeku. When you are writing the date, keep in mind to write the date in the proper manner. Ee tara bariyaku hobidi. Write it in this manner. Okay, 4th February 2026. Okay, so next, after writing the date, you have to write the to address. Ee to address na nimage they would give you in the question paper itself. The to address will be given to you in the question paper. They will give you an advertisement in a box like this. Okay, advertisement nalli yarg baribeku nimage anta, managing director, address adella nimage ange kotirtare. You have to just write whatever is given to you in the question paper. Adadmele you have salutation or something called as respected sir and madam anta baritaralva. So the same way you will write respected sir or ma'am. E format alli you have just written sir or madam hang baradrunu it is okay, because this is the same thing that has been provided to you in your workbooks. Okay, illi this is where I think many students will get confused. First en baratte amele en baratte anta. First it is always sir madam, because you are telling it to them, no. Adadmele you will write the subject. Yendra bagge, what is the main point of writing this letter? Okay, when you are writing the subject, ide frame na use ಮಾಡಿ application for the post of nim question ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಇದನ್ನ change ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ನೀವು. If it is junior assistant, then you will write application for the post of junior assistant. If it is for a lecturer, then you will say application for the post of a English lecturer. If they say clerk, application for the post of a clerk. Okay, based on whatever is given to you in the question, ಏನ್ ಯಾವ ಜಾಬ್ ನೀವು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಆ ಜಾಬ್ದು ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಸೊ ಬಟ್ ಈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್, ಅದು ಹಾಗೆ ಇರಲಿ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ದಟ್. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್, ನಿಮಗೆ ವೇರ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ದ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್? ಇನ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ನಿಮಗೆ ಯೂಶಲಿ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ವೇರ್ in the newspapers, or nowadays you get it in social media and all, right? But when you get it in the newspaper, our reference nimage ellinda bantu anta keltare, or you have to write that reference, no, for your employers to know. So that is why you need to write reference. Okay, reference na heng barabeku, hengideyo hange bariri. Your advertisement in the New Indian Express dated 3rd February 2014 anta ide nim work book alli. ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಡೇಟೆಡ್ 14th March 2025 ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಹೆಸರು ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನ ತೆಗೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನ್ಯೂ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಬಂದ್ರು, ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಡೇಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾವತ್ತು ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ಆ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ, ಅದೇ ಡೇಟ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಗೆ ಇರಲಿ. ಯುವರ್ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಹೆಸರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರೀರಿ, ಡೇಟೆಡ್ ಯಾವ ಡೇಟಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಬರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರ, ಅವ್ರ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವ ಡೇಟಿಗೆ ಬಂತು ಆ ಡೇಟ್ನ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ಎನಫ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ 2 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ನ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಕೀಪ್ ಇಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದಾರೋ ಹಂಗೆ ಬರೆದ್ರು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಅಗೇನ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಅಬೌವ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್, ಯಾವ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳಿದಾರೋ ಆ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, 1 ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮುಗೀತು. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಯು ರೈಟ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ PUC ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಬರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಏನ್ ಕೋರ್ಸಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ನೀವು ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ 1-2 ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಅಂಡ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆಯೋ ಹಂಗೆ ಬರೆದ್ರು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಇಂದಾನೆ ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಬುಕ್. ಸೊ ಆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಬುಕ್ ನಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ನ ಬರೆದ್ರು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್. ಅಗೇನ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಎನಿ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಗ್ರಾಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕಲಿ ರಾಂಗ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಬರ್ದಿ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ಲೂಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕಾಂಟೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಲೈನ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರೈಟ್ ದಿಸ್: I have enclosed my resume with this application. I hope it will meet your requirements. ಇದು ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬಿಂಗ್ ನಿಮ್ದು ಫುಲ್ ಬಯೋಡೇಟಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರೀತಾ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ಲೈನ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ರೂಷಲ್. ಈ ಲೆಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಟ್ ದ ಎಂಡ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನ್ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮೈ ರೆಸ್ಯೂಮೆ ಅಂತ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡೂ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ರೈಟ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ರೈಟ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಅಂತ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಯು, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಓಕೆ, yours faithfully, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ XXX ಅಂತ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ಎನಫ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ನ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್. ನಿಮಗೆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ಗೂ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎರರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಲೂಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಕೀಪ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಇಟ್ ವೆರಿ accurate. Do not make any mistakes in the format, especially ಈ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬರೋದು ಸರ್ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ನ ನೀವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಈ ಬಾಡಿನ if you know basic English, please write it in a simple manner. Again I would say first paragraph ಮತ್ತು third paragraph same ಹೇಗಿದೆಯೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಬರೀರಿ. second paragraph ಮಾತ್ರ you can make some slight changes. Last thing that I will tell you is about the resume ಬರೀತಿರುವಾಗ again write it in a fresh page, heading ಹಾಕಿ resume ಅಂತ ಹಿಂಗೆ. once you finish writing this heading, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೀಗೆ ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. now what's the format over here? first ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಬರೀತೀರಾ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೇಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಡೋಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ನೇಮ್. ಈ ಲೆಟರ್ ಬರೀತಿರುವಾಗ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ XXXX or XXX, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಆ ನೇಮ್ ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರೀರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಯು ಟು ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ 4X's, then you will write XXXX like this. father name ಗೆ you can write ABCD or something. please don't write any of your original father's name or mother's name over here. write ABCD. date of birth and age, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ದು ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬರ್ತ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಲಾಜಿಕಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬರ್ತ್ ನ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ 18 years, so please don't write your own birthday because again it is illogical for you to apply for a job when you are underage, right? so write an appropriate, ನಿಮ್ದು ಬರ್ತ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಯರ್ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಒಂದು 4-5 years if you increase, it is more than enough. permanent address ಗೆ what will you write? you will write YYYY. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ in the question paper they would have told you assume your name and address to be 4X's, 4Y's or 3X's and 3Y's. so address ge please write it as YYYY. nationality is Indian, so ಹೇಗಿದೆಯೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. knowledge of languages, ಯಾವ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ನೀವು ಲೆಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತೀರಾ ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರೈಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೈಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಅಗೇನ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್ French, Spanish, Japanese and all of those things. You are not trying to impress that you know so many things. Just write very practical resume and keep it as realistic as possible. Okay, ಈ ಎಜುಕೇಶನಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಟೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೀವು. ಮೇಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟೇಬಲ್, ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್, ಇಫ್ ದ SSLC PUC ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಪ್ is in my understanding because it is more or less the same what you are writing. year of passing ಗೆ calculate it properly and write. don't make silly mistakes with this. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬರ್ತ್ ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾವ ಇಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಬರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ ಅಂತ you can make a note of it. Marks and percentages, don't be again too overestimating over here. They're saying that I got 95, 98 percentage. Keep it moderate, keep it realistic. And subjects ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಆಯ್ತು. I will show you a sample of a board paper who got 5 out of 5. I think you will get clarity about how to do this table then. Experience ಗೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಜಾಬ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ 2 years experience is mandatory, 1 year experience is mandatory. So ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಆಯ್ತು. Other interests or hobbies, you can write any other interest that you have. If you are good in dancing, write dancing. If you are good in playing sports, write playing sports. So it is purely up to you. ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತವಾಗ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಡ್ರಾ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯುವರ್ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೇಪರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಲೈನ್ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೀರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು ನೀವು? ವೈ 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 ವೈ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಬರ್ದಿರೋದು ವೈ 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 ಅಂತ. ಡೇಟ್, ಆ ಲೆಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಡೇಟ್ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀರೋ ಆ ಡೇಟ್ನ ಬರೀರಿ. ಅದೇ ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ರೈಟ್ ಎಸ್ ಡಿ ಡಾಟ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಪುಟ್ ಯುವರ್ signature which is got to be XXXX, right? So idana please remember, very very important. Illi many people will make a mistake with format and they will lose marks. So please don't make such silly mistakes over here. Ella bardbitti last alli one chick mistake aitandre then you will unnecessarily lose marks, right? So keep it crisp and clear. Now I'll show you a sample from our toppers paper. This is a few years ago. Idanu you can find it anywhere, right? So here address ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, then date clear ಆಗಿದೆ, to address ಇದೆ, respected sir madam ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, then subject application for the post of receptionist clear ಆಗಿದೆ, reference your advertisement in the Hindu dated 26th February, same ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನೋ ಅದೇ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ದೆನ್ ವೆರಿ ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಟನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಒನ್ ಬಿಗ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು, yours faithfully, signature and XXX as per whatever is the name, alva. So idu letter of application. Then resume ge you can follow whatever this child has written. They have got 5 out of 5 for this question, children. So name, father's name, they've written their own father. I would say you can write ABCD, that will be better. Then date of birth, permanent address, YYY, nationality, knowledge of languages, educational qualifications. As I said, just 4 columns na hakidare. Illi baritaraga please keep in mind nimದು position specific ಇರಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲಿ degree. If you are applying for a biology teacher, then you cannot write BCom or you cannot write illogical ಆಗಿ ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ. Please write proper degrees that is necessary. Work experience, other interests and hobbies, date, place, and ಈ ಕಡೆ SD other ಅದಿದೆ, right? So that is how you are supposed to be writing the resume. So ಇಷ್ಟು ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ 5 marks clear ಆಗಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕೇ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. So that is pretty much it from the letter of applications point of view. So like I said, I think it is very important for you to focus on writing it with a very clear format and not making a lot of unnecessary mistakes which will make you lose your marks, right? So this is very easy, 8 marks for all of you. My tips are very simple. Dialogue writing barituraga, keep your dialogue simple, don't overwrite unnecessarily, keep it logically correct, and as much as possible try to include context takkange correct agi ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ dialogues na ಬರೆದ್ರೆ you will get your 3 marks. Letter of application ge remember the format is important. ಆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ನ ಹಂಗೆ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿ. ಕಾಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಬುಕ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗಿದೆಯೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ I think there is a very high chance that you will get your 5 marks. I have given you a sample which is there in your workbook. I have also showed you the toppers paper in terms of how they have written in their paper. So I think you have good number of resources now for preparing for these 2 questions, which will give you straight away 8 marks from your grammar section. So I hope that this video was helpful for you in terms of understanding how to write dialogues and in terms of letter of application. In our effort towards helping all of you do well in your examination, I hope you will continue to support our channel and keep sharing these videos with all those people who are taking the examinations in the next month, which will help them really do well, right? So on that note, thank you so much for watching. Please do refer to the video if you have any other questions. Put your comments in the, or any questions if you have, put it in the comment section below. I will look into it and I'll try to address it in the upcoming grammar videos as well. All the best. I hope you continue to prepare well. Stay safe. Thank you so much, all of you.